Welcome, dear students. In this series of curriculum studies, today we are going to discuss the topic Factors Affecting Curriculum Change. Before understanding the factors, we need to understand the process of change. Change is the process of transforming phenomena into something different. It has dimensions of rate, scale, degree, continuity, and direction. So the curriculum changes in simple terms proceed through selection of aims, goals and objectives, selection of learning experiences, selection of content, organization and integration of learning experiences and evaluation. So it means if there will be some change in curriculum, it will affect all the elements, all the five elements of a curriculum. It's not going to happen that we are changing only one element, not like that. Then comes the factors that drive the changes in curriculum. There are so many factors like political, economic, social, psychological, pressure groups, media, and requirements of stakeholders which affect the changes when we want to bring in the curriculum. So we are here, we'll talk about the social factors mainly, which are responsible to bring the curriculum changes. So as we all know that education of the child is a social undertaking and it is always carried out in a social situation. So the social forces in a society at any point of time determine the objectives of education. The curriculum is designed to achieve those objectives. It is therefore necessary that while planning the curriculum, you must have a thorough knowledge of those social forces that have a bearing on the educational system of the society. As we all know that the basic aim of education is to preserve and transmit the culture, values, beliefs, ideals, traditions, aspirations, and acceptable modes of behavior in a society, and a good curriculum ensures that the unique character of integrity of society is preserved and is transformed, and the quality of life of social groups is also improved. So the major social factors or the forces which exert their influence on the curriculum through different organizations are like government forces, quasi-legal forces or factors, pressure groups, professional organizations, special interest groups in the community, media, publishers, and writers. So let us talk about it one by one. So government forces, if we talk about government forces, the government forces make policies and education and its curriculum. So policies, education is based on policies and from that policy only the curriculum is going to be designed. So the direct government controls are based on constitution and statute laws. For example, in a country, the directive principles of state policy under Article 45 direct the Government of India to make arrangements for universal elementary education. The government thus has to make provisions for universal elementary education, which includes provisions for physical facilities and engagement of teachers. Like that, there are many government acts, policies, programs which influenced the development of curriculum at different levels, that is primary, secondary, higher education, technical education, medical education, at every level. So the Constitution of India enshrines the principle of democracy and secularism, which are reflected in school curriculum and textbooks, from which we can understand that how the government forces are influencing the curriculum changes. Another thing where the government factor is important, that is the government is going to finance the things. They are going to giving the financial support. So at central, state, local level, every educational enterprise in the country is being supported by government. So the government is in the position to enforce its rules, regulations, policies because they are funding the things. That is why they can control the things. So that's how the curriculum changes are influenced by governmental factors or forces. Then comes quasi-legal forces. Now these factors or quasi-legal forces are not necessarily created by law. These may be created by voluntary organizations, professional bodies, autonomous institutions, parent-teacher associations, universities and colleges, textbooks, writers, publishers, everyone comes under quasi-legal forces. For example, universities and colleges are not going to influence the curriculum through teacher education, but also play a significant role in determining the school curriculum. Now comes the pressure groups. So pressure groups are the group of people which are exerting their pressure on curriculum change, like parent-teacher associations, publishers associations, some teachers associations. These kind of pressure groups or professional organizations, they are going to exert their influence. So what kind of content they are required? There are social groups, they are work as pressure groups, and they are going to affect the curriculum change. Their ideology, their philosophy, their demand is going to affect the curriculum change, or it will be the reason for bringing some certain curriculum changes to meet those demands. Then comes professional organizations. Like in India, we have National Council of Teacher Education, which is empowered by Government of India to design curriculum for teacher education. So the teachers organizations not only work for the improvement welfare of teachers also, but they also disseminate information about the profession. They give suggestions for improving the professional environment, and all those effective activities are going to affect the curriculum. While planning the curriculum planner has to consider the views and suggestions of educational organizations and their members. Then comes special interest groups in the community. In every society, there are groups or organizations which promote a particular idea, thought, or interest. So the curriculum has to meet those demands. Like some people are promoting patriotic kind of thoughts, some are promoting cultural, or some are promoting religious kind of thoughts, or the civic groups are there and they are representing different kind of interests or beliefs, or their aspirations are different, or their expectations are different. So the local committee which represent the community govern the school and caters to the educational interest of the community, and they usually approve the course proposal and authorities to develop the curriculum materials. So this way, the special interest groups in the community, they are going to affect or bring the curriculum changes indirectly. So then comes the media, publishers and writers. When we talk about media, publishers and writers, we know that their influence is not going to come in one day, one single day. There is time period in which a particular kind of thought is being put up by some certain writers or publishers, and it is being published to various medias, that is print or electronic media. So those kind of things, when they are continuously coming up, and after a certain period of time, the curriculum planners have to take their consideration. Then comes the teachers. They are the major curriculum makers or planners, and their role is very big in making a curriculum. The process of teaching is performed by the teacher who transacts the specific curriculum. And she is an integral part of teaching learning system, and his or function includes interpretation, explanation, demonstration, guidance in various activities and experiences incorporated in the curriculum. Therefore, while planning a curriculum change, the planner should consider the teacher related factors as well. Every curriculum will require a certain group of teachers equipped with appropriate education, training, and experience to successfully transact the curriculum and to help the students in achieving its curriculum objectives. The type and the level of content and activities included in the curriculum will determine the type of teachers, their level of education, and the kinds of teaching behavior expected of them. Similarly, whether the type of teachers we need are readily available or they have to be prepared or they have to be provided in service training necessary for working teachers for implementing the curriculum, the curriculum planning committee has to make decisions about it. We have to consider that teacher is necessary. Any kind of training can enable him or her in service or after service to transact the curriculum, and it is the teacher who is going to actually implement. That is why only the qualified, competent and trained teachers have to be taken into considerations, and those factors are very important, or their involvement is very important while making our curriculum, because they are the real heroes who are going to transact or implement this curriculum in its real letter and spirit. So that's all about in this lesson, factors affecting curriculum change. See you later.